All right, good morning, folks. Welcome into the coffee room with Johnny from ProCraps. Here we go. Oh, DJ, and you got the day off. It's going to be, you got the special dispensation to come watch today. Here we go. Hopefully it's going to be a good one. Hopefully it's worth your time. Anyway, I got a couple things for you. First of all, I tried this last week. I thought I would do it today. Since you're all here and Jeff's here and you're here, this might be kind of fun. I was going to do a little virtual studio walkthrough. Now, I know my room's kind of a mess, but I thought I'd show you around again. I did some upgrades over the weekend, and you want to see what I see during the show? Let me show you around. I'm going to go here. I'm going to go to this screen here. Give me a second here. This will be, let's see. Here we go. NDI. So this should be hopefully my camera. Hey, it's my phone. Look, selfie time. Hi. Here's my studio. Check it out. So a couple things that are different than before. So one thing is when I'm sitting here at the table, right? Here's my craps table. When I'm sitting here, I've got my little desk right in front of me. So when you see me on screen, right, you're seeing like the two dice. This little desk, got my keyboard and mouse. And when I'm done and I'm going to shoot, I basically slide this guy out the way, right? That's how that works, the little sliders. But look at that. There's my wall. So right now, that screen that you're seeing, again, it's not the clearest, but I think it's 6 foot tall by 8 feet wide, that thing, driven by that guy right there. So I bought a little, like a little HD projector now that basically goes to the wall for me. So when I'm working, and you can see your chats. See how your chats are coming through? Like if I highlight the mouse right there, there's your chats, right? You're like Mark Mad Hatter's chat. It's about 6 inches tall, just his name. So I can see it from far away now, right? So I can sit here and I can actually see what y'all are saying. And matter of fact, when I go to shoot, and I'm over here in my shooting position, you'll see that I can grab my dice and I can look up and I can actually see your chats, right, on the wall. So now I can read and respond during the show. Isn't that cool? Yeah, the table's clean. I have both sides of the table finally cleaned off. This side here was kind of a storage area. I had my roulette table over here on this other side. So I couldn't shoot it in this direction. I couldn't shoot from stick left, but now I can because of that. I finally mounted my cameras properly up on the ceiling. So that's a boom arm. That's about a 6 foot boom arm that kind of extends out from the wall over the table next to the bases. This side here, same thing. So here's the wall of hats, by the way. That boom arm on that wall comes out over the table, and now I get views. I can actually go stick left and stick right, and we can see both sides. But yeah, but that's how I see it right there. And again, there's the camera that I look into. So you'll notice this too. Here's how I trick you guys, right? If you sit where I'm sitting, right, you're looking, see a little blinking white light? When I talk to you, I'm looking at that camera, making eye contact and talking to you. You'll notice that right behind the camera is the notes, right? The screens that you see, if I switch really quick, you'll see, let's go here, right? I'm going to be looking at you directly. It looks like I'm looking right at you, right? But I'm reading those notes, right? So if I'm looking at that black camera, it looks to you like I'm talking to you, but in reality, what I'm seeing is those notes, and they're literally right behind the camera. So when I'm reading to you, I set things up so I can read my notes and still make eye contact, right? So it's all these little things that go into making these shows happen, right? And I think if Jeff did one too, how he does his shows, you'd be amazed at how we set things up just to make it so we can do this every day, right? And it's a lot, right? There's, you got, a 25-foot cable coming down, and the computer actually is here. The computer that I use, by the way, is down there. See it? I have the computer attached to the wall. So that camera goes into that computer down there behind the wall. This camera's wire goes down under the table, all the way down and into that behind the wall. And the HDMI cable from the projector goes up and around and down the floor and all the way behind the wall, right? So there's a lot that goes into this thing, right? So when we say to you things like, hey, those super chats don't hurt, or hey, the $1.99 a month memberships don't hurt the channel so much, they actually help us out. These things up here are like, $150 each of those, right? That projector that I bought a few weeks back or a month back, that's like, $500, right? Everything we do here is money. And we do it so that this part goes smooth, right? The reason why I went and bought the screen and went and bought the projector is so I could look at you at your chats during the show and be able to respond in real time. That's the reason why I did it. I spent $1,000 basically setting it up so I could see your chats. That's how ridiculously into this hobby I am, right? And it is a hobby, right? Ultimately. So anyway, I thought you'd be interested to see some of that stuff. That's how it works. That's how we get it done here. And I said we do these things to make it easy, right? I do lives every day, so I need to have, let me see the chats. I need to have, let me see my notes. I need to have all the things available to me so I can actually run it and make it feel like you're part of it. You know what I'm saying? If I was just like recording videos like Mark the Point does or Jeremy does, right? Top-down camera is all I need and a microphone, right? They don't have to have all the interaction. We have to have interaction. So we spend money, we do things like this to make it fun and make it feel like a real thing. So that's my studio. I don't have lighting yet. My next move is lighting. The light that's above me is a bedroom light. So I got to get that thing taken out. I'm going to put spots in with filters on them. That wall that you saw that has the whatever you call it, the projection screen, that screen's coming down. I'm going to paint the wall. They have this high definition white paint that you can use to put on the walls, and that will it'll reflectively make the projection pop more, and it should make it feel like it's more HDMI to me. So that's what's coming next. I could be buffering. It's very possible that I'm buffering. A lot going on here, and I was having a tough time with the internet this morning. It's getting even hooked up. So I will show you, if you're curious, the new table views too. So let's check it out real quick. I did this. So now I can go, obviously, stick left, right? This is blurry. I'll fix the blurriness in a minute. Stick left, and I can also go stick right. So I can go to the right side too. So I can switch sides of my table now. So I can shoot from either side. Finally, you can see both. So whatever I decide to do each day, we'll decide to do each day. So there it is, guys. Let's get back over to the main stuff though. Let's talk a little bit. I will have to fix the blurriness. The cameras I know aren't great today. These two up here that are mounted that you saw are, those are OBSBot mini PTZ cameras. They are not the greatest. They're kind of fuzzy and they get weird, so I've got to reset them every day. I'm going to switch those out for GoPros. I'm just waiting for more scratch to come in. I'll get some GoPros up there. All right, a couple things. Louie, I'm glad you're here. I'm going to talk about your. I'm going to talk about you a little bit. So here we go. Reminder, like we always say, as I run through today's especially, I have some mathy things to talk about today. Not super nerdy, but a little bit nerdy. Remember that as you're walking through the strategy with me, you're playing along maybe with me. Keep in mind your goals, your bankroll, your risk appetite. Okay, identify when it's time to get out. Right, identify where you're playing, what your opportunities are to leave or to keep playing and win. Right, and keep all your emotions in check. Today's going to be one of those days where your emotions being in check is going to be kind of a real thing for you. So, all right, here we go. Let's hop in a couple things. First of all, Lou, I can't find your post. I don't know what the hell where it went, Louie, and I know you're here, right? I think Lou's here, right? Yeah. Lou put a post out the other day where he was like, hey, we're divided again. Like you're feeling from from my show, from Jeff's and Gargoyle show, there's a division, right? And Lou, if you're here, put that out there, right? Yes, you're in trouble. No, I think this is interesting. You're sensing it. You're sensing division, right? Ian Olson called me the other night. He's like, hey man, I'm sensing something from you. Are you okay? You feeling all right? He's like, I can feel it from the camera. Like there's something, you all right, right? These things are hard for us to hide. And behind the scenes, there's a little more division than you probably would care to know about, right? But you're right, Lou. You're right, Lou. The community is divided on a couple of things, right? And I think we do spend some time in the negative zone. And I'm going to be negative zone guy today for a little bit, right? There is the Gargoyle and Cashier's Cage thing, right? And Kate is putting a video out every day now saying something else about whatever, right? I said it on Friday. None of it really matters. What the throw is called, how you throw it, because there's multiple versions of it, right? There's like 17 ways to throw a par toss too. There's 17 ways to throw the spinner toss, right? People get baked up into names and who invented what and blah, 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 blah. None of it really matters. Ultimately what matters with these throws is that you stop the dice right. Gargoyle has said it himself. I don't care. Gargoyle is trying to say, look, the guy that taught me called it this, that's what I'm calling it. And here's how it's thrown. Period, end of story, done. Stop your dice from scattering like crazy jumping beans. That's all we're trying to do here, right? I think Lou's onto something, right? Lou's on it. We should just get on with it, right? The problem there is there's a personality conflict, right? There's an other issue that's not about the toss, right? That's what has to be kind of settled, right? And I have that same thing, right? I've got John versus Jimmy here and John versus the math guys here on my screen because I get in these things as well, right? There was a series of posts yesterday put out, or a post put out in Facebook that Mark the Point did, right? He put one of his videos out, Ryan's a great guy, right? How to win $1 million, but it wasn't that. It was like perfect low budget strategy, right? Some math guy swoops in, right? Some math guy swoops in and just starts destroying him, right? And here's like, I know you can't read the words, but it's like typical math guy stuff, right? I hate to lump people into a box, right? But the guy comes out super snarky. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Don't use words you don't understand. The reason why, you're typical, right? I would read it to you if I had the chance to. I could pull up and read you the post is like that long, right? The thing about this is this, right? I am a mathy person, right? I get the math. I understand it. I like it. It's fun for me to analyze stuff with math. But these math guys sometimes get so fucking snarky, so higher than thou, that if you say one thing wrong, you're a flat earther, you're an idiot, you have no idea what you're talking about, you should shut your channel down. That's where they go to 100. They go from 0 to 100. There's no room in there for discussion, right? It makes it really hard on the person putting the video out or trying to have a conversation when every single thing is, I have science, math, and physics on my side, and you're a fucking idiot, right? That's what these guys, that's how they talk to you, right? Can't do that, right? And I've told my friends that are into the math, I've told them the same thing. Like, you can't keep talking like that because nobody's gonna listen when you talk like that. Nobody will listen to you when you talk like that. It's like politics. Everybody right now it's this or it's this. There's zero gray area. There's a lot of gray area right now that nobody's willing to talk about with what's going on. If you actually take a step back and think through it, it's not black. Everything is not black and white. But one side of this thing is like, it is white, and if you're not on with me, you need to just go burn in hell. And that's how these guys come off. I want you to go to Craps Experiences on Facebook. Y'all are part of it, right? You can read Mark the Point's post and look at the discourse that goes below. It's disheartening to read that kind of stuff. Whether or not there's truth to it doesn't matter. And here's the thing, right? The math stuff is true, right? The more bets you make, the worse your EV is. The higher house edge bets you make, the worse your EV is going to be, right? There's no, going across is not better or worse or whatever than going with one bet. I'll show you that today, right? They're correct. Being correct doesn't mean you're right. And I think there's a piece to that. I know that's going to sound weird. Being correct is one thing. The way that you explain it, the way that you put it out there, the way that people need to hear it, you're gonna end up being in the wrong, not wrong, if that makes sense, right? Because nobody wants to hear what you got to say. And I think that's where I get triggered. I'm never triggered by what a mathy person says, like what the facts of what they're saying are. They're always correct, right? It's the way that it gets said and the disdain with which they talk to me and other people. And I think Ryan felt some of that. I think our group was like, God, and we got a little discussion about the guy's right about what he was saying, but he was such a dick about it. Don't even care. I want to go back and blow that guy up, even though he's factually correct. I want to blow his ass up online, right? I'm not going to do that. I'll do it here live, right? And by the way, the guy that wrote the post, welcome to come on. All the guys that I give shit to, welcome to come on, except for Jimmy, right? Everybody else is welcome to come on and talk to me about it. I don't care, right? Again, fact, opinion, interpolation, all those things kind of play, and there's a grayness in the soup that nobody wants to talk about. So that's what I got to say about that. Now, on the John versus Jimmy thing, check this out. This is going to be the source of our show today. So Jimmy went 40-0 on one of his strategies, okay? He has no idea why it worked, right? This is the funny part about it. He's 40-0. He's talking crow. He has no idea why it worked. He has no idea why it's going to fail, right? Why it's also the best and worst thing in the world, right? He happened to go 40-0, fantastic, right? All he's got to do is lose it one time, right? You win $100 40 times and you lose $5,000 once, you're upside down. And that's the part he doesn't understand, right? And he says things like, I'll never lose the 5,000, but you're buying in for 10 so you can martingale up, right? So there's a nuance into that, right? And I want to get into it. I don't want to talk about Jimmy so much as what Jimmy stumbled himself into, okay? Now, I've talked about this with you before, and there's a video out there that I've shown you before, which I think is one of the best videos on the subject. I'll put a link to it in the description after this show's over. And this is a very deep math video, but you've got to watch it. The guy analyzes roulette. It's the one where he says, if you're going to win $100 and you're going to bet $1 at a time, and you have 10 grand, you have a 0.02% chance of winning the $100. You're never going to win it, right? You have $1 trillion. You're never going to win $100 betting $1 at a time. And there's math behind that. If you're going to win $100 and you bet $100, you got a 50-50 shot at getting it, right? That's the essence of the video. So how hard is it to win $100? $1 at a time? It's almost impossible. You got to win 100 times more than you lose. It's almost impossible, right? You're going to go 160 across, the example is, right? And try and win $3,500. Same betting, 160 across. I mean, you got to win 100 bets, right? More than you lose the 160. It's crazy town, right? And that's even a worse example, right? $5 at a time reduces that, right? You go $5 at a time instead of $100. Now you got to win 20 times more than you lose. It's getting better. Your percentages will come. I'll show you a little chart here in a minute, right? $10 at a time, $100 at a time, you're getting to more where it is. What Jimmy did in his video is say, hey, we're going to play the don't pass for $100. Anytime I win $100, we call it a win in a session. So his session win goal from $10,000, right, was $100, right? 1% win rate or 1% win goal, right? Which is fine. I'm not disputing that, right? If that's what you want to do, fine. He did that so he could martingale it, right? There's a problem with the martingale, and I'll prove it to you here. I'll show you what it is, what the problem with it is. But what he ran into was this exact thing, right? If my win goal is 100 and I bet 100, every time I win, I win. Capiche? It's easy to win $100 if you're betting $100. You have a much better chance of doing that if your bet size wins you the win amount. It's even better if your bet that you're making is a 50-50 bet, right? Winning $100 from a pass line or a don't pass line bet, you got a 50-50 shot at it, right? If you're going to go 640 across, or whatever, or whatever it is, 416 or whatever the number is, 408 across, right? To win $100 per shot, fine, but your losses are 400, not 100, right? So that's where the negative EV comes in with the across betting. Anyway, he stumbles into this thing, and I think it's important. Here's the math behind it, by the way. The video I show you, the guy explains this formula is complex. Don't worry about the formula. Just know there is a math formula behind it, okay? And what the example is this, right? If you're going to play $10 roulette, here's the example. $10 roulette with $200 bankroll, okay? You're going to try and bet $10 on black or red, right? So betting 10 to win 10. Your chances are 88%, right? And this, again, applying the formula to it. You can go to $50, right? To go back to my other example, how hard is it to win $100, $20 at a time? This is the answer to the question, right? You got about a 55% chance of winning $100 in your session if you're willing to burn $200 betting $10 at a time. Anything over a $50 win goal in this scenario, you lose. You're guaranteed to lose over time. This is the math, right? And again, it's boring and blah, 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 but it raises a big point, right? And a couple of the commenters, I think, made great comments on that video, right? One of them is from a dealer. He says, take your shot and win. Win, lose, or draw, right? The longer you play, the more chance you got to lose. Guy's been dealing for 36 years. I see it every day, right? Somebody else says this, the moral of the story is, this is beautiful, if the odds are against you, don't give them time to even out. If you happen to get up, get the fuck out. I say this all the time. If you're up, walk. right? Everybody, not everybody, most of the time, 90 whatever percent of times, you're up some little bit, right? And 90% of the people who are up, give it back. Sometimes you win more and whatever. Most of the time, you're up. Most of the time, you give it back. That's what the math guy in that video, the mathematician, was saying, right? The formula shows you that, right? If you're up, get out, right? Now, if you're up enough to where you can use your profits to keep playing, you can extend your time through profit play and maybe take a better shot at it or a longer shot at it, that's fine. Burning your bankroll past a point is folly, and he does a bunch of proofs. Anyway, I'll send the video to you. It's one of the best videos you'll ever see, right? And as you know, I've said this before, when I was doing my Daily Paycheck show, between talking to my stats friend JB, who I hope I didn't trigger too much earlier, him and this video, I'm like, there's the secret to it. Like, that's what I've been waiting for, is like, what to me is the aha moment. I hate to say the word secret, but the aha moment that I had was that. Like, why am I banging my head against the wall trying to win $10 at a fucking time? Why am I doing that? That's ridiculous, right? Bet bigger. Get your win goal in a couple of rolls and get out. A couple of spins of the wheel. Go 100 and 100 on 2 dozens, right? If you win, you're out for $100 and you can go home if that's your goal. Go 5 and 5, 500, 500, win a bet, go home. You got a better shot at it here, right? And in that scenario, I've got a 2-to-1 advantage, right? I got 2/3 of the wheel covered, right? To get my $500 and I'm gone, right? One bet and go away. That's what this is telling you, right? It's not telling you to rail dump on every single shooter. It's telling you that the bigger your bet sizes are relative to your goal, the better chance you have of hitting your goal, right? So yeah, it is really, really hard to win $100 $1 at a time. As a matter of fact, you'll never do it. You'll almost never do it. It's like 0.2%, right? Or 0.02%, right? To win $100 betting $100 at a time, 50-50 shot on a 50-50 game. That's where you want to be, right? Get out quick. This is the most important thing I can ever say, okay? If your bankroll supports it and you have an actual goal, use your bankroll to achieve your goal. We go back to the very, very beginning thing, right? Use your bankroll as leverage to get to your goal. If you got $1,000 and you're winning $10 at a time, you're fooling yourself to think you can win $100. It's so hard to win 10 more times than you lose, to turn 1,000 into 100, $10 at a time, right? Taking your $1,000 and taking 10 cracks and making $100, you got a better shot, right? Early in that process to do it. All right. So that I think is super important. Okay. Now let's look at what old Jimmy had to do. And I want to go back to this again, and I got to fix that. So give me a second. I got to go to this other screen, and I got to hit my camera. I got to hit the camera hard. There's like a button I got to press that makes it sort of like reset itself for whatever reason. So if I do like HDR or the autofocus, it's like this autofocusing thing does some weird crap. I don't know why. So let me go there and do the autofocus on that one. I think that should fix us. Does it get it back? No, why is it not doing it? God, it's so gross. I don't understand these cameras. I really got to replace these cameras. This autofocus thing is the worst invention ever, I swear. These AI autofocus things are the problem. Let's go here. All right, let's go to HDR mode. Does that make it reset itself? Kinda. I can't make it refocused. I'm not sure what the hell's going on. Auto exposure? I don't know, man. It's really, I can see how blurry it is. I'm looking at the screen like, God, that's so blurry. I don't understand why the camera won't just click into itself. If I turn the focus thing off, hold on a second, turn autofocus off, what happens? It looks worse. Golly, what a nightmare. Sorry everybody, I don't know why. All that work I did over the weekend and now I can't get the camera to focus. That's kind of better. Is that better? Is that sort of better? Let's see. Yeah, it's better. Okay, we'll go with that. Here we go. So here's the problem with the Martingale. And I got $5,000 here, right? I got $5,000 up in my rack. I'll actually put it down here. We'll do $5,000. There's 500. Right? There's $5,000. Okay. Now, here's the problem with the Marty. Most tables, right? Most tables are $5,000 max. Okay. So if you're gonna play the don't pass or whatever, let's get hundreds, right? For $100. Let's play it out, right? Here's your $5,000. You play and you lose the 100. Okay, we'll put the losses up in the column. Okay, fine. You lost 1. You go in at 2. You lose your 2. Now you got to go in for 4. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4 with some change. You lose your 4. Now you're in for 8. And here's where it's going to get ugly. When you lose the 8, you're in for 1,600. There's 1,500. There's 1,600, and you're changed. If you lose the 4th, the 5th one, you're done for the day. Here's the Martingale. With $5,000, right, you're going to lose, right, all that, whatever that is, right, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 bucks. You got whatever, 1,800, 1,900 bucks left out of your $5,000. Okay, you can't go any higher than this, right? The next bet from 1,600 has to be 3,200 bucks. You don't have it. Okay, let's pretend that you did. Let's pretend that you had another $5,000 in your rack. Let's pretend you had $10,000 and you lose the 3,200 or the 1,600. Now you're out there for 3,200. There's 2,000, 3,000, 200. Okay, you lose the 3,200 bucks. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 layers in. Your next bet would be 6,400 bucks, which is going to exceed table max. Most casinos, you're lucky if table max is 5,000 bucks. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The 7th loss, you can't bet high enough to get it back, and all of these only win you 100 bucks, right? So, if you're going to bring 10 grand to win 100 bucks, right? You're going to run into table max at bets at level 7. You're going to hit table max after levels, and you can't get it back because then you're only winning $5,000 at a time. You're still going to be down a few hundred bucks. This is what happens, right? If you're going to win 100 bucks 40 times in a row, good for you. You go into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 level, even on a 5 level loss, you're at 1,000, 2,000, 3,000. Let's do better here. 1, 2, 3, 4,400, 4,900 bucks. Okay, you can't recover that. You got to go 55-0 on the next ones to get it back. The Martingale, the problem with the Martingale is that you bet a lot to win 1 unit. You hit table max, and at some point you do run into the problem. Anybody here ever seen the don't pass lose 7 times in a row? Or the field lose 7 times in a row? You're trying to win 100 bucks. You can't do it. It can't be done. Let's just say that. It can't be done because when you hit that run, and you will hit that run where it goes 6, 7 losses in a row, you're committed. Once you lose your 1,600 bucks, you're committed to go all the way, right? Unless you're willing to lose the 3K that was, right? So don't tell me I'm buying in for 10, but I'm never going to use it. You watch my videos, I never got past 1,100 bucks. Fine, you're catching the lucky streak early. There's going to be that day where it's come out 7, come out 7, come out 11, set a point, hit the point, come out 7, set a point, hit the point, and you're out. Just like that, boom. 7 in a row and you're out 10K. And then you got to go, like I said, then you got to go 100 no to make that money back. It's so hard to do. If you even find a $5,000 max table, you can't find those anymore. They're hard to find. Most tables are 1,000, 1,500, right? Martingaling, anything, the don't, the field, whatever, it's folly. It's absolute folly. So anyway, my advice is friends don't let friends martingale, right? Number 1. But even the goodness of what Jimmy discovered on his own was that the bigger size bet as your win goal, that's achievable. You're got a better shot of this happening with 1 bet than anything else. So what I'm going to do today, we're going to go Daily Paycheck, and I'm going to go ahead and play I'm going to turn this camera actually, let's see if this works, here so you can see the landing zone. Okay, I'm going to shoot like this, I'm going to shoot from the right side. This rack here should be what you're seeing. I know it's a little bit difficult to see there, but we're going to go ahead and make a paycheck today, and I'm going to do it this way. Okay, we're going to go ahead and bet. Let's see, we're going to bet with my $5,000. I'm going to take this $500. We're going to go 450 on the 6. We're going to bet one number only, right? 450 on the 6 wins 525. Okay, so basically we're going to go a purple chip every single shooter looking to win one bet. Now, if we lose it, I got to win 2. I'm not going to Marty it. I'm just going to go first time first. We're going to go just straight up. Can I get a 6 before I get a 7? That's all I'm going to hope for. All right, here we go. Let's do it. Let's play a mathy way, right? The guys say, look, just play one number. Just play one number, and that's it. I'm not going to do, I was going to do the line, but no, we'll forego the line. We're just going to play a box number only, and that's it. We're going to play the box number against the 7, and I'm going to work it. I'm not going to worry about the come out. So we're just going to work the 6 against the 7, and that's all we're going to do is one shot. Okay, here we go. Oh, good, good. Playing the version of the Butterberg Friday. I love it. That's great. Here we go. I'm going to come on out, and let's see. Let's get one. Let's just get a 6 before a 7. That's all we got to do. Right, 1 6 before a 7. Win, lose, or draw. Right, that bet is my shot for the day. That's it. I'm buying in for $500. It's all going to the 6. I'm either going to win today or I'm going to lose today. Let's see how many days in a row we win and what it looks like at the end. Okay, we're going to pretend that it's multiple sessions, not one day. Okay, here we go. This is Monday. This is Monday. Monday we got a 4 on the come out. Okay, and I don't think I've got the. You can see the dice there, but you probably can't see them because it's a little bit fuzzy. But here we go. Here we go. 2 1. All right, let's get a 6 before a 7 today. Let's do it. And again, I'm sorry if I've got a fuzzy screen. I'm working on it. There's a 6 3 9. Oh, I got it. Sorry, no crapsy today. Just because of reasons, there's no crapsy. So we got a 3 1 4. I forgot to type this in, and a 6 3 9. All right, 6 5 and a 2 1. Here we go. 6. Give me a 6. All I need is a 6. Just playing pure probabilities. 8. 6 2 8. 2 6. This might take a minute, right? This is the across versus regular guy, right? You're betting one number, it'll take you forever to win or lose. Where you're betting across, Butterberg style today, Butterberg already won their money. They're already out, right? Some days it's nice and easy like that, isn't it? Here we go. There's another 8. Boy, I should have done the 8. I picked the wrong sister. Story of my life. I picked the wrong sister. There it is. 6 2 8. Here we go. How about a 6? Shooter, how about a 6? Is that a hard 4? That's the point, hard 4. Deuces. Deuces wild, 2 2 hard 4. Could have done 250 on the 4 to win $500, right? Could have bet less to win more. Yeah? All sorts of ways to get there, right? But we're just going to do one bet. Pure probability play here. Pure probability play. Let's go. That's going to be at midnight. 66. Hopefully you can see the dice up in that black area up there. I don't know. Come on, how about a 6? Come on, Johnny. Give me a 6. There's a yo. Are we going to get the tall here? 6.5 to 5.6. Where are we at on that thing? We have, just need a 10 for the tall here. Just need a 10 for the tall. But I'd take a 6. I'll take a 6, please. There's one sure way to get a 6. The way to get a 6 is to move my bet to the 8. There's the 9. 5 and a 4. 4, 5. What's the point, by the way? The point is... Let's see. What's happening here? Didn't take my shot. Come on. Did I lose connection? Might have lost my connection here. I'm not sure what's happening. Okay, point's 9. That's what I thought. The point is 9. Let's go there. Okie dokie. How about a 6, shooter? Waiting it out, man. Waiting out one bet. Boy, it's hard. So hard. Oh, it was a terrible throw. It's a 7. So we lose our bet. So Monday, I'll put the losses here in the come. We'll put the wins in the field. So there's our 4-3-7. 4-3. So Monday we lost. Again, one bet per day. That's it. Here comes Tuesday's $500. We get $50 change. Betting $4.50 on the number. Let's go to the 8. We'll do the 8 on Tuesday. Get a good night's sleep and come in. We'll bet the 8 today. And again, I could pick any number. We can do $3.50 on the 9. We could do $2.50 on the 4 and 10, or 4 or 10. Doesn't matter. Just pick a number. Pick a number. Doesn't matter. Here we go. 6 and 8 work because it's Monday through Friday, five ways to win. Let's win 5 days in a row. Here we go. Coming out. That's not a real bet, by the way. That's got to go away. That's the bank's money. We got a 6-5. 6-5 on the come out. I must have to reload again. Okay, 6-5. Boy, this is gonna be a day where I roll 0 6s or 8s when I'm on them. How great of a result would that be, right? Let's go. I can't change my set, Nemo. Remember, I'm logging rolls here with this dice set from Bone Tracker, so I can't change it. There is a 6, of course. I move off the 6 to the 8, and we pull a 6, 3-3. That's awesome. So awesome, but that was a slip out of the hand throw. Oh my God, of course, right? Here we go. Perfect. All right. Oh, big old kiss. There's the 8. Okay, cool. So that's great, right? So Monday we lost. Tuesday we got a 6-2-8. And we're good, right? This day we win 5 1/4. So we have a field day where we win 5 1/4, right? Here's our money back in the rack that day. Now we'll come out and have it be Wednesday, right? So look, one day you lose 450, one day you win 5 1/4. That's Monday and Tuesday. Let's see how we do. I'll finish out the shooter, and then I'll come out and we'll do Wednesday. Okay, so let's finish the shooter out, and I'll let the bets kind of resolve as they normally would, and then we'll go ahead and do our next day. So there's the 2 and there's the 1. And again, we can pick a different number if you want to. It doesn't matter what number we pick. And here we go. That's another yo, 6-5. A lot of yos today. A lot of yos from Johnny today. 6-5. A lot of yos today. Bottom die is a 6 on top, by the way. The top die is a 2 on top, in case you're wondering what it looks like coming out. So, All right, here we go. Oh, they kissed. We got a 6, a 5, and a 1. Another good shooter today. 5-1. Maybe I should join that shooters competition of George's. What do you think? You guys think I should join that thing? I think I might have passed my time to join, but feeling good about the throw right now, huh? 10, a 4, and a 6. Just going to watch the roll go by. We talked about this last week about how hard it is to watch rolls happen when you're not playing. Get your win, turn your bets off, let it happen. Right? Very, very, very hard way to play. Most people can't do it. Okay, we're coming out. That's going to be a 6, 4-2. Okay, we're still waiting for this day to resolve here so I can go back out on quote unquote the next day. So 2, 4, 6. Nice throw. It's a 5. And again, this is just the example from the math video, right? 2, 3, 5. Not quite a 50-50 bet, 6 or 8, right? Obviously. You're not a 50-50 shot to win up there, but it's close as you're going to get in the box to be able to run a test like this, unless I'm just doing pass lines, which we're not doing today. So I wanted to just do a box number. And I think what I'll do is either a 7 out or a point hit, I'll go back out and play. There's your 7. Okay, 4-3. 4, tray, 7. Now we come back out. Now it's Wednesday. 4-3. And here we go. We're going to go 450 again. Do you want to go 5 and 9? We can go, let's do the 9 this time. Okay, we'll do 350 on the 9 today, on this one here. I'm just going to leave my bankroll as it was. I'm not going to monkey with that so much. It doesn't matter because we're doing it out here. Okay, here we go. Go for the 9 today. This is going to be Wednesday. We're going to play the 9 on a Wednesday. Who knows why we're doing the 9? I don't know. Just going to pick a different number just because I can. Just because I can. 6, 5 there. 2, 1 here. Again, all the probabilities don't matter. You're going to lose them all, right, with the right frequency. 6 or 8 gives me, I think, a better chance at it. But here we go. Coming out. Puck is off. Let's grab a 9 and get out of here. That's going to be a 4, 3, 7 on the come out. But we're working, so we lose. So Wednesday is a loss on the come out. Come out 7. Sorry. Let's do it again. We'll do a 9 one more time for Thursday, and Friday we'll go back and play the 6 or 8 again. So 2 days we lost, 1 day we won. Okay, here we go. Coming out. Oh, I didn't put the 4-3 in there. Maybe. Pardon me. The roll tracker. The network in here today is super slow. So 4-3. Did that take? There we go. Alrighty. Still coming out. This is going to be the next day. The next day. Thursday. Thursday we got an 8. Or no, we got a 7. 4, 5, 2, 6. Thursday. Boom, come out loser. Come out loser on Thursday too. We shouldn't work the come out, right? So we've lost 3 times and we've won only once. So Friday's gonna have to be our savior, right? Now we're not martingaling, obviously, right? Here we go. Let's go back to the 8, or let's go back to the 6. Come out 7s, boy oh boy. If you're just playing the number against the 7, not worrying about the puck rhythm. I'm just playing the number against the 7, period. There's an 8. There's an 8. We got a point at least, right? 6-2. Dustin says, 6-6 inside to win $21 at 30% win comfortable. You know, you got a better shot of getting one hit quicker. The problem is the loss count. We'll go through the loss count here in a minute. Let me finish this shooter here, and I'll talk about the loss count, because that's where you have to make your decision. That's where you say your bankroll determines what you're trying to do. Let's go here. Okay, give me an 8. Give me an 8. 6, 2. Come on. Roll tracker, do your damn thing. Here we go. Give me that 8. Give me that 8. There it is right there. Oh, it's an 8. It's the point. Shit, I'm on the 6, not the 8. Puck's off. 2, 6, 8. 2, 6. Okay, coming out. Coming out. Let's have a 6. Let's have a 6. There it is, 4-2. We're out. Okay, so we set a point of 6. We get paid on the come out. 5 1/4. 1, 2, lost 3. Right now, luckily, 2 of the losses were on the 9. Right. So what do we have here in losses? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We won 1,050. We lost. There's 1,050. So our net out is $100 for the week. Okay. If you look at it like that, that's kind of like the house edge, right? I'm not sure if it's an exact house edge, but that's close, right? 1, 3 or 1, 2 lost 3. Not surprising, right? If you can win more often than you lose, you're going to be okay. If we had 1, 3 and lost 2, you win more than you lose, and you're able to get out, you're in much better shape. Okay, now, as far as what Dustin asked about the win probability thing, here's the thing. If you go 66 in, actually, I'm going to change the screen here. I'm going to go to the more zoomed in version of this, but let me get the bets out first, and then we'll talk about it. There's that, and then there's that. Okay, so let's go here. Go to the box view. Zoom it in a little bit. I know it's fuzzy. I'm sorry about that. God, man, this is driving me crazy. All right, so here, what would happen, right? You're going to lose $66 6 times. Okay, so we know that, right? So it's going to be whatever that is, $396, whatever that comes out to, right? That's your expected loss, right? Your expected win, you've got basically a 50-50 shot here. You have 18 ways to cover. 18 ways of winning, right? 5, 10, 14, 18 ways to win. So you're 50-50 to win, right? But your win is only $21. Compare that to roulette, okay? You have a 50-50 shot to win your bets as they resolve, but you're going to win only a third of what you've bet. You got 66 out there, you're going to win $21. You're winning a third, essentially, of what you have at risk for a 50-50 shot. On roulette or on the pass line, if you were to go 50, 65, $66 on the pass line, the totality of this bet and its full resolution, whether it hits on the come out or whatever, the full resolution of that bet is 50-50, essentially, to win $66. Here, it's 50-50 to win $21. You see the difference in that? This is where the math guys have this right. And again, I said this earlier, you can be correct, right, without being a dick about it, right? They're correct. This 50-50 to win 66, this is 50-50 to win 21. What's the better bet there? From a negative, positive EV standpoint, that's the difference, right? What we're looking at as right side players is, hey, I have a better shot of winning multiple times before the bets fully resolve, right? This is like a flipping a coin, like roulette. Every time the bet gets made, it resolves every single spin, every roll. It's like hopping, right? They resolve quickly. These bets take a long time to resolve. They can hit multiple times before they fully resolve themselves, right? There's opportunity here that there's not here. There's a difference in how we view that. But if you're going to go one win and walk away, right? One win and walk away, you have a better chance of getting the win up here, but here you have a better chance of getting to your goal, if that makes sense, right? If your goal is $21, bet $21. Down here, Now you're 50-50 to win the same thing that guy is. Right? That's maybe a better look at it. So, pardon me. Hope that makes sense what I'm saying there. Let's come on back over here. Get the camera pointed back at yours truly. All right, got to work on some things. Obviously, the studio thing is pretty cool. We've given you the kind of the cheap tour of the studio. I got work to do. The cameras are not focusing good, and again, it's just because there's PTZ autofocus bullshit cameras. They're cool when they're here. They're not cool when they're looking down for some reason. So I got to figure that out. Anyway, with all that said, hope that was a good day. Hope that was a good session. I don't mean to pick on people, right? I don't mean to pick on Jimmy so much. Like I said, he gave me a good thing to talk about today, right? The way he fell into that strategy yesterday, over the weekend, it's good to talk about. Why winning $100, why betting 100 to win 100 is a better play than betting 10 to win 100, right? Again, he stumbled into it. He has no idea why. That was a good lesson. That's why it was a good lesson. Betting 100 to win 100 is a better way to go about it. Even us, we lost $500 3 times. We still were only down $100 for the week, right? It's interesting to see, I think, the bet being the win goal on a 50-50-ish kind of bet, how that plays itself out probability-wise over time. So again, if I'm offensive, apologies, maybe, right? I just want people to change their demeanor. I'd like to see Cage change his demeanor and not be so fucking snarky. I want to see my math statistics friends not be so fucking snarky. You can be correct and not be an ass, right? Everybody can be correct, not just math people. I'm saying everybody can be correct and not be a jerk about it, right? You can be correct and wrong in your approach, right? I think we got to bring people in, not push people away. And I think that's what happens. And I get it. People get frustrated, right? People get frustrated because the message they're trying to send isn't being heard. So they just start, punching the paper bag kind of a thing, right? It happens in politics. It happens in this game. It happens on our channels. It happens in our comments. It happens all the time. It's all about the way you speak and your discourse, right? People look at me and go, John, you're so even-keeled. You're so nice. My wife calls me a fence rider. I'm like, I'm not riding the fence. I'm just trying to have a conversation, right? Not every time do I have to be right. I don't have to bludgeon you with the truth and make you feel like a piece of garbage to have a conversation where I walk away feeling like everybody has the information, right? You having the information and hating me for giving it to you, right, can be a worse thing than you not having the information. Does that make sense? Because we can bring that in over time, and I think that's an important piece to it, right? So there it is. Lou, thank you very much for that. Appreciate that. Snarky. Yeah, there you go, Georgia girl. All right, I gotta get out of here, guys. Thank you, Sir Law. I appreciate that. I try. What's hard about this is I go live, right? I'm live. I'm not recording this and doing a video that I'm going to upload. I'm just sitting here kind of speaking. What happens a lot of times is when I'm talking to specific people, like the guy in that Facebook post, right? It's very hard to formulate what I want to say in a way that's not going to be taken wrong. Because I don't want to take away from the fact that the people who are giving you the information, the math side of things, are almost always, we'll say it all, they're always correct, right? The math is the math, right? How you use that information is where I think we all differ. And I think, again, using it as a sledgehammer is the wrong approach. So anyway, love y'all. Guys, get out of here. Waylon, good to see you here. I got to go. I will, the Facebook post, Joe, it's in Crappy's thing. It's that, what is it, Craps Experiences Facebook channel. Under Mark the Point, put a video out, and he posted it in there. Just look for Mark the Point's video in there. You'll see it in there. All right, I'm out. Y'all have a good Monday, and let's have a great week. I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye.